Hello, welcome to Crow's Corner. I'm Jenny. In today's episode, I'll be unboxing a Temu haul. I bought this about a year and a half ago, and I'm in no way condoning the purchase of objects from Temu. I just thought it might be fun to see what they have for miniatures. I'll be giving my honest opinion and review on each object, and in the description, I will include links to each object. If the objects no longer exist, I tried to find something that was comparable. I'll be reviewing items from two different bags, and this is the first one. This is a plant and it's potted. I actually end up using the plant itself, but not the pot. And I thought it was quite interesting. You could tell it's made of plastic, but it's actually very realistic looking as far as miniatures go. I was happy with it. This box did not make it through very well, but thankfully the object inside did. It's a cute little ceramic pot or ceramic pitcher with some flowers that are made of what I'm guessing is polymer clay. They're really cute. This one I was really disappointed in. It's quite cheap and nothing like the picture led you to believe it was going to look like. I end up not using much of it at all. I do end up recycling the leaves. These are some little bits of sea glass. They're quite pretty. They're very pastel and kind of dusty, but when you run them underwater, they're really pretty. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. And these are some little miniature flowers or tufts of grass with flowers on top. Quite pleased with these. I think they're really pretty and I use them quite a bit. These are some smaller tufts of grass. They're really small, but once you put a few together here and there with some other bits of plants, they work out well. And actually, in general, I'm really pleased with how the fake miniature plants are that came from Temu. These were my favorite. Come in multiple colors, and they look a lot like some little cottage flowers that you would see sort of in a very rustic garden. These were dried flowers, and I wasn't super happy with the mixture of neon bright colors, but the really plain white ones I'll probably use. And these were some more favorites of mine. I think they're absolutely beautiful. They're little tufts of grass, and they have some peach-colored flower bits on top. They feel like real dried flowers. And that's the first package. Here's the second one. This one's a little bit larger. We're going to start off with these, and I've already started using them for something I'm making. I'm making a miniature sort of sweets shop or candy shop, and I thought these might be good for a little bakery area. They are quite flimsy, cheap plastic, at least the shelves are. They're very toy-like, but I think that they can be used. I think I can just maybe make some adjustments and paint on them, or I can make them work for sure. Not this, though. I cannot make this work. Now these I was really happy with. Super excited to use them in a future project. They're little miniature domes, glass domes, and they're adorable. They're perfect. Um, I don't know yet what I'm going to put in them, but there's 4 of them, and they're super cheap. They're beautiful. This was a Temu fail right here. I don't know what I was expecting really, but it's twine and it has little green leaves laced through it. And I was really hoping that it would look a little bit more realistic and I could use it as vines in miniature. But really, I think it's more suited for like gift wrapping. It's not going to go to waste. I'll use it, but just not for craft projects. So this is also one of my favorite objects. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really surprised with some of these. This is a ceramic item, and I will say that the little miniature flowers and the ceramic items were really, really good quality. This is adorable, and I can't wait to use it in a project. These were very toy-like. You could tell they were sort of cheap plastic, but I kind of like them. I think they're cute. You've got a little head of cabbage and a beetroot and some carrots, and I don't know, maybe with a little bit of fiddling, painting on them, you could make them look a little bit more realistic, but they're really cute. The crate and the basket, I think, also are salvageable. I don't think that the little rake uh, and brush, I don't think they're gonna cut it for me. So these will probably be going to Goodwill as toys. I was terrified I was going to lose this object. You'll see it is the world's smallest teacup and saucer and spoon. Oh my goodness, it is so tiny, but it's really, really well made. It's made of metal and the paint is beautifully done on it and is a little golden spoon. Super, super cute. And look at the detail on the plate. And next is a series of little woven baskets, and they're quite sweet. They really are cute. You can kind of age them up if you like, or leave them as they are, but they're nice and squishy, and they're made of some kind of little twine or rattan or something like that. They're perfect, absolutely perfect. And they come in 3 different sizes and shapes. These are some little metal tools. They're, I think, supposed to be garden tools. There's a couple of spades. I'm not sure what that little weird hammer-like thing is, though. I will use the spades. I don't know what that hammer is supposed to be for. Looks like some sort of a pickaxe or chisel. I really don't know, but it doesn't belong with garden tools. Unless I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me. Ooh, this one's a good one. It's a little cake tray or a tea tray. You know, you can have all your little scones and tea sandwiches on there. It's made of metal. It's really, really good quality. Here's some little fake bread. And I feel like this is sort of toy-like. Wasn't super pleased with these. I mean, perhaps you could paint them. The texture's all there, the shape is there, but the paint quality is kind of bad. You can tell it's plastic and it just looks really, really cheap. Some little paper books, and they'll do. They're not bad at all. The paper on the cover is a little thin, but you know, when you are trying to make a miniature library, you need as many books as possible, and this gets you there. I mean, it's a good handful of books, you know. The pages are blank. You could write or draw in them if you wish to do so. This is a little basket with some silverware. The basket itself is kind of cheap plastic, you know, nothing to write home about, but I think the little silverware that you'll see here in a second is quite good. It's very, very tiny. I love it, and super cute. And it's not cheap plastic. It's actually made of metal. And I decided to get this because I had in mind a place in the Hogwarts greenhouse video to use it. If you haven't seen that already, make sure you check out the Hogwarts greenhouse playlist. And I wanted to make it into a little fountain, and I think it's cute. It's a little plasticky, so it does need some painting. And I noticed that the back is curved just a tiny bit. I'm not sure why, but it works out really well in the project that I use it in. Now, this is a do-it-yourself wagon kit, I guess. Um, this was a toy. This is not going to work out for any miniature that I will ever need to use this in. And in fact, I don't know what was going on with me, but I had a little bit of trouble putting it together. I was really stumped, and I was like, what is going on with this wheel? And looking back at it, it's laughable because it's so obvious which direction it needs to go on there. But for some reason, I was struggling that day. Um, this whole thing reminds me, and this is gonna date me, but back in the day when McDonald's in their Happy Meals, oh, they had these little toys that you had to put together, and yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's definitely cheap and definitely a toy that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in my mind at the time, I guess. This is comical. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this. There we go. Congratulations, I did it. These are some little stained glass windows. They're not glass, obviously. They're made of plastic, but I'm not sure what I'll do with these. They're very pretty. They kind of look like they might be used for bookmarks, but I have no use for this many bookmarks. So I don't know. If you have any ideas for what I could use these for, let me know in the comments. They're really pretty. They're not super translucent. You'll see I hold it up to a window in a second, but they do let some light in. This one was a miss for me. I thought these were going to be a lot smaller than they were, so it was a definite miss. Also, the little plastic on the bottom, the little yellow plastic, is really ugly. I guess you might be able to salvage the top part of the flower, but I don't know. They just, yeah, they weren't doing it for me. And these, I'm really looking forward to using these in the candy shop that I'm building. Oh my goodness, they were so cute. They look like little, like jelly beans or some kind of sweets. They're super, super cute. I don't think I'll use the M&M wrapper though. This one is also another good one. It's ceramic and it's painted this really beautiful sort of robin's egg blue or Tiffany blue. It's a little cake stand or muffin stand. Or some little bubbles that you can see there, but really they're not that noticeable. Some more little garden tools. I think it's a water pitcher, some shears, and a spade. And they're all made of metal. They're really cute. They're really good quality. Sort of enameled. I absolutely love these. I think they're so sweet. They're little like milkshake or smoothie glasses, and they have sprinkles on top and little straws. They're made of plastic, but I think they look really good. And for my candy shop or sweets shop, I was really wanting some cakes and pastries for the display case. So I bought this little bundle, and it's really strange because some of them you could tell were not the same product as others. There are some that look really matte finished, and some that are really glossy finished, and various sizes as well. So it was kind of a hit or miss. There's some that are really super cute and some that are very toy-like that I probably won't use. But the ones that are nice, super cute, and I definitely will use them. And there was a difference in texture as well. Some were hard plastic and others were sort of rubbery. So it's a set of baskets. I wasn't happy with them. They're plasticky. I mean, maybe I could make them work. I'm not sure. But they weren't my favorite. So this is a little kit with macaroons are the little coconut candies, aren't they? I think that I'm saying it's macarons. I think I'm saying that correctly. There was a little like stack of felt that I think are supposed to represent a cake. Maybe the felt is supposed to just fill the space in the container. But either way, the actual macarons themselves are really cute. This came by itself. I kind of wish there was more because they're really cute. They're really tiny little gummy bears all wrapped up in a little plastic bag. Absolutely adorable. I bet you could use these for earrings if you wanted to. Of course, obviously, you would have to make them into earrings, but that could be done easily. And here's another set of really, really cute little candies, all wrapped up and packaged nicely. Some little love hearts. Little strawberries. And these are actually for acrylic nails, but I love them for my candy shop. They're just little suckers or lollipops. Oh, they're so cute. Love them to bits. But look up nail charms, I guess, when you're looking for miniatures. Sometimes you can find some really good things doing that. These are little candy sticks, swizzle sticks. The little, I guess, used to be paper filled with sugar. I think that's what I kind of think of them as. These are some more nail charms. They're all butterflies, and while they are really cute and I think would work well for nail charms, they're not very realistic, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to use them for what I thought I could use them for. These are also nail charms. They're little roses, and I got 2 packs in different shades of pink or peach. They come with little pearls as well. I think that they could possibly be used. They're really delicate. Used for like gardens and such and miniatures. They're really, really delicate. Again, more nail charms. These are sort of just little crystals. There are a few little crystal butterflies in there, but the others are just random crystal shapes. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I think they're kind of cute. They're nice. And these were some little bits of shell and like oyster shell, I think. The container that it came in just had me totally baffled. I don't know what they were thinking, but this thing was impossible to get into. The lid, the little plastic lid, was like a bubble. There was no way to grab it. I ended up very dangerously using my scissors to pry it open, and it totally cracked. So there's no way to seal them back up now. But I don't know, again, I don't know what to use these for, but I like them, and I'm sure I'll find a use. Another really good ceramic one. This picture is adorable. Nice glaze, sort of splattered glaze paint on it, and it's really, really good quality. This piece right here, I actually end up using this to create a really, really cool project that I will tell you more about in a later video. It is made of wood. I was surprised. I thought it would be plastic or resin or something, and it is wood. I had to sand down the shininess of the paint a bit, but it's a cool piece. And then finally, some little glass bottles. These are adorable, and I can't wait to make like a little potion shop or something and just fill these with all kinds of good things, cool things. They come with little lids, little wooden lids. And then this next set of glass bottles is multicolored, and they come with little corks, and they come in different shapes as well. There's little round ones and little square ones, and they're so cute. I just love them to bits. So this wraps it up. What were some of your favorite items? I'm really curious to know. And what would you do with them? Comment below. I really hope you enjoyed this. Again, remember in the description I will place all of these items or ones that are similar so you can look them up if you're interested. I'm in no way being sponsored by Temu. Again, this was just me trying to see what they had and what I could use for my miniatures. I would really love it if you could subscribe. It would help me a lot. And also hit that like button. And check out some of my other videos that I have going on. I've got a great Hogwarts greenhouse series at the moment. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful morning, whatever it is for you. Take care.